everybody. Welcome to the Forum Thread Forum.
Welcome to the people.
Forum Thread Podcast
Podcast.
number 44. That's the word I was wanting to say. I am Dark One Dre, and here with us today is Mr.Fusion.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
We have our number one fan returning, Lo Zelda.
Hello.
I used to be the number one fan.
We have our former
Took your
number one
spot.
fan, Teejin Lee.
You
Hi, Kevin.
failed as a fan.
Oh, God.
We only keep him around because he's making the website.
Everyone has their purpose.
And not doing that anymore.
Chaos Mana.
Hello.
Chaos Mana. There you go. And the giggle over there just came from Ray, who's returning to us after not getting any sleep.
Hi.
Why aren't you
We
sleeping?
missed you. We missed you, Ray.
Oh, I missed you guys too. I'm so sad.
How could you?
So can I tell you guys my game I did?
No. Terrible
I
idea.
guess.
Okay. So
Oh shit.
a lot
We
of
were hoping you were gonna forget about this.
a lot of conversation on the podcast is geared towards how young Robot is and how old Mr. Fusion is. So I
It
figured
is.
a good game to play would be old versus young. So Mr. Fusion
Yeah.
comes up with 5 questions that only somebody from his generation would know the answers to. He asks Nobot, and Nobot comes up with 5 questions. And you
Wait a
guys
minute.
compete, and you have to answer the questions and whoever wins it.
You know what? That's a
Mr.
great
Fusion's
game.
not
There's only
that
one
much
problem.
older than I am.
What's that?
We don't have Nobot on tonight.
Well, no, we can't play it tonight. I figured I would put the idea in your guys' minds, and then maybe play it next week or in a couple weeks or something like that.
That's
As soon
cool.
as you guys actually have questions.
Okay, that's
I,
cool.
at first
So
I
I
thought
ask
you
him
were
questions
going to
from
do
my
like a
area.
team lads, team gents thing. The 3 oldest people and the 3 youngest people on this podcast versus each other.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, if this is successful, we could expand, but I figured out.
Okay, so you're talking. You have long-term plans. You're thinking franchise.
Oh, of course. You know, branding, T-shirts.
Overseas. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. What I'm hearing is that Teejin Lee got jealous of the success of your game, Mr. Fusion, and now he wants to create a game that makes fun of you.
Look, it's not as
No, not at
successful
all.
as Flappy Bird, but Nobot
Oh,
Knuckleheader
gosh.
neither is pretty damn popular.
I can't.
good
I
game.
can't read
Addictive.
for some reason. I
I'm
just
really
can't
bad
read
at
the
it.
title of that. Every time I see it, I can't. I don't see the L at the first time.
You see Fapping
Flappy
Bird?
David!
Adds a whole new dimension to tapping your screen. You're not
Yeah.
just tapping, you're hitting that thing.
So,
Fapping Bird.
what is Flappy Bird?
You don't know what Flappy Bird is, really?
It's a mobile game, yeah, but I was going to ask you guys kind of what is it and
Oh,
what's the
okay.
big deal about it?
Okay.
Go ahead.
The concept of Fapping Bird is that you have to tap the screen with your finger or thumb
With your
repeatedly,
something.
or yeah, you could use your dick if you'd like, and you have to. The faster you tap the screen, the more your bird flies. The faster you tap it, the higher up he goes. The
It raises
slower
higher,
you tap
yes.
it, the
Like, have you
lower
ever,
it
if
goes.
you've ever played the
You put it in a
helicopter
pipe.
game, it's like that.
Yes.
And it's got this art style that looks like an unfinished Mario game from the 8-bit era, and including the green pipes that Mario has to navigate. And you have to navigate your bird either above the pipes or below the pipes as they protrude from the ceiling or the floor. And that's pretty much it. You never actually win the game.
So why did it go away, and why are people selling iPhones for
They went away. Apparently, the
42.
guy thought it was too addictive, so he took it off of the marketplace.
That's total bullshit.
Yeah.
What, really?
Well, there's a counter theory to that, though. the
That they
rumor
got
was,
sued by Nintendo for
yeah, exactly.
stealing their pipes.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. The counter theory was, the rumor was he was making not he was making. Let's clarify. The app was generating $50,000 in ad revenue per day because of the clicking that's involved. Of course, he doesn't get 50 grand, but he gets a nice chunk. So, regardless if he's getting $1,000 a day, he's made a shit ton of money off of it. Now, the problem was there was a slow decline, but the theory is that, I mean, in downloads, the theory is that he was offered to have the app bought out. And so, to create a massive, like the Twinkie phenomenon, I announced it's going to be deleted. I actually create more demand, which he did, because they're saying now is that since he shut it down a couple days ago on the 9th, the ad revenue is way more than $50,000 now a day. I mean, that's
I don't understand that.
well
That
because
doesn't make
people are
sense to me.
stupid. That's why people are stupid.
So publicity.
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, he did it for the pub, you know. It worked
Mhm.
for it worked for Twinkie, you know. Hostess dropped the recipe, you know. Some other company I think who bought it? Walmart.
It
I don't
was
know.
Walmart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they buy it and they re-release it, and people are buying it up in droves right now. So
They're like, oh my god, the Twinkies back. We need to go get our Twinkies before
Exactly.
they run
Well,
out again.
wasn't that they just did a thing with Velveeta, similar, where they were saying they were running low on Velveeta right before the Super Bowl. Like, people weren't supposed to get it, that they were just trying to sell more Velveeta, and you were supposed to go out and get it before it's gone.
It's impossible to run out of Velveeta. If you look in the ingredients, it's not even real cheese.
It's
It's
shit.
starch and other things that don't ever expire. You cannot ever run out of it. It's kind of like it's like those trading card games where they intentionally only make a few of one card so that they're considered rare. It's like, it's not that they didn't print enough of them; they intentionally didn't create as many so that they could create a false demand. It's
well, yeah.
stupid.
I don't know because I'm old. When you guys were kids, Monopoly at McDonald's. Remember the first few years that they had it and how popular it was?
I
A lot of
played
people
it like
don't.
crazy in Britain.
Okay, do you remember that if you got Park Place and Boardwalk, you would get
Yeah,
$1 million?
it was $500,000 or something
Yeah.
in cash if you got the two
But
blue ones.
if you read that long list of the legal guidelines, it tells you in there were only 2 fucking boardwalks in the entire country.
Really?
I mean, it told like it was either the first or second year. It tells you in there the odds of winning are 1 in blah 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 billion, and it tells you in there. It said the amount of boardwalks generated 2. It said it on there on the legal instructions. I remember that as a kid. I was like in junior high, and we were at McDonald's, and I'd like a dumbass. I just sat there and read the whole fucking thing because I was either stoned or just bored out of my mind. And I remember looking at it as like, there's only 2. What's the fucking point then? There's only 2 of them in the entire country. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so there's the chance of actually getting both of them is virtually 0.
Yeah, exactly.
So Zelda, it's been a little while. Are you feeling that shot you took
Oh yeah,
yet?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh,
This
child.
we have a good probability of getting the weird accent coming out right now. I can feel it. So
Excellent.
When
I'm
you
looking
say
forward to
weird
hearing
accent,
that.
what do you mean?
Ooh, excuse me.
that was weak. Come on, man. Okay.
I'm
was a
trying
little
not to belch into my microphone. That wasn't me. That was
Okay,
that was
well,
Fusion.
you get props then.
Fusion.
Somebody asked about the accent. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I did a bunch of moving around, and I went from the deep south to New Jersey to Michigan, and so they all kind of, I pick up accents really easily, so I have like this really weird combo accent of Jersey and deep south going on, and I've kind of managed to suppress it, but if I get a couple drinks in me, or like a shot or two, sometimes it likes to slip out, so that's what we're looking for tonight. So, there you go.
Awesome.
Do you drink when you do your Let's Play videos?
I do, only because I figured out I'm apparently way more entertaining if I'm slightly hammered. So I've started to step up my game and actually I'll do like a shot or two before I start even setting up. So by the time I'm done setting up, I'm in a pretty good place.
Nice. So how were you? I've only seen your first Let's Play when you were playing
Yep.
Fez. And were you
I
drinking
was
when you
not
did
drinking.
that one?
I didn't drink for the first 2 of them, I think. And I was like, this is like okay, but it's not as entertaining as it is in my head. And I think my husband was the one who suggested it. He's like, why don't you do a drink or 2? That sounds like a great plan. And so I think part 3 is the first one where I started drinking. And there's definitely a switch there. And number 4 is probably my favorite so
All
far.
right.
And that was the one I was definitely the most drunk for so far. So that was...
Everything's
Exactly.
better when you're
Everything
drunk.
really is better when you're
Fact.
drunk. So, except for
True
trying to
fact.
edit. I made that mistake. Don't try to edit while
Oh.
you're drunk. Bad
Oh,
things
yeah.
happen, and then you have to fix it.
Yeah, anything that requires important editing decision, any sort of decision at all, don't do it when you're drunk. I do not let myself shop when I'm drunk because it's easy to do online. You got your credit card there. You're like, oh, I really want to play this game, and this video makes it look so good. I think I'm going to buy it. Wait a minute, no, I'm drunk. I do not need to drop $60 on this because when I'm sober, I will regret this decision.
You actually had the
It's when-
capacity to not think logically when you were drunk.
Usually, it didn't work since I already went with The Sims here recently because I haven't played The Sims 3 in almost a year, but I got the urge to play it when I was drunk the other day, and I wound up downloading several of the expansions. They were on sale, but I still wound up, like half off. But still, they're expensive for expansions to download, so I wound up dropping like $40 on 4 of the expansions. I'm like, oh, really? Why did I do that? It's not worth $40. But, oh well. Yeah, small regret. Small regret. And the good news is, I got my little sim character abducted by aliens again, and he gave birth to a beautiful baby girl that's completely bald and talks with a shrill alien voice.
It's very odd.
I don't play Sims, so right now I'm just convinced you're really weird, but, you know.
Well, that is
Yeah.
true.
You don't really play The Sims. It kind of
It
plays
plays you.
Yeah, you pretty much do everything to make these Sims happy. You're like their little bitch, and because it's impossible for them to do certain things by themselves. Even when you turn free will on, like I can't get one of them to ever go to sleep when they're tired, so they'll just sit there, making this weird "I'm unhappy" bubble above their head, and then shaking their hand at the camera to get your attention. And I'm like, well, you're sleepy. Why don't you just go to bed? I'm not going to make you do it.
And then they go to bed, and it's like 2 in the afternoon, and they sleep.
No,
And then they die in
they
that
won't even
bed.
do that. They'll walk
And then they pee
towards
the
the
bed.
bed, and then they just pass out. And he falls asleep on the floor, and the little blip pops up and says, "Oh, your sim has passed out on the floor. He'll never
Really?
forget this moment. Do you want to share it on Facebook?"
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Wait.
And then
you
they'll
actually
sleep for
have
8
the
hours and miss
option
their
to
job
share
and they
that
get
shit on
fired.
Facebook? That's
Now you
upsetting
do,
on a
yes.
number of levels.
Yeah.
Hey, they
I
gotta
bet
keep
that-
up with the times. Facebook is hot.
I don't
That
know.
was
There's
EA's
probably some
idea.
real ghetto ass people that, that live in like ghetto ass apartments that have like 50 kids that play The Sims for some reason, and you probably look at their Facebook and it says Shaquita had her little daughter in The Sims die. It's like, yeah, I kind of saw that coming. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised.
I don't think the kids can die. I think they can only be taken by child services.
Okay.
But the adults can die.
Okay, well, it's not as real life as I thought. That.
Oh yeah, isn't it like you can have them die, and then sometimes there'll be like ghosts of them in one of them?
That's racist.
Yeah, they will come back and haunt your ass.
Yeah, I used to do that with Sims 1 and 2, where you get a character and you go into edit mode and you build 4 walls around them and let them starve and die. And then when they die, you leave the bones in that room, and then you remove the walls and start the game back up, and their ghost will haunt the house.
Yeah, and
The
they'll
ghosts will vomit on
people.
Wait,
like,
do other
Slimer-
do other
in-
people
yeah,
interact
in
with
like
the
a
ghosts?
Slimer fashion.
They get scared.
Yeah, they get afraid
Well,
of
I would
them
be
and
pretty-
they get vomited
I would
on.
be
Yeah.
pretty scared if ghosts could vomit
And you'll
on
see,
me. I'll
it-
admit that, so...
And the weird thing is, like, you'll see when you're controlling your sim, there'll be a little pop-up in the corner because it tells you everything that they're going to do, and it'll say "get vomited on," and you can try and cancel that, and they won't. They'll just stand there and just take it. You're like, no, I don't want you to stand there and get vomited on.
Yeah,
Is it-
that is the most annoying part, where you see the script of events and you're like, stop, no, don't do that. Like, they're going to eat and then go to the bathroom, but sometimes they'll just do this weird thing where they'll eat, go to sleep, then go to the bathroom, and then go take a shower, and then go to the bathroom. It's like, no, don't do that. And then they'll forget
completely
to,
wrong
and so they'll
order
leave the
of
dishes like on the counter, and it'll get flies and get messy, and then they complain to you. It's like, well, it's your own fucking problem. You didn't put it up.
Yeah, put it in the dishwasher. I'm not going to tell you to clean your house up.
It's like, oh wait, I'm
Yeah.
supposed to, I guess.
So what joy do you get out of this game when you don't like taking care of these people?
No,
I thought that was the point.
You get this. You get
What's the
messing
fun of
with the
it?
people.
a weird sense of satisfaction of
So you're just being like, why you asking me to do stuff? Fuck you. But like,
Well, no, because you typically what I do, I model them after people that I know,
right.
and then you start them in a career, and they start off at like the lowest thing possible. So you try to get them to get better jobs, so they can get nicer things, and then they meet new people, and they have their own little aspirations, and then they get old, and they have children, and then they die, and then you control their children, that type of thing. It's like a social experiment.
Huh.
I don't know. I don't want to call it a game per
It's a
se. It's
simulation.
more like a
So pretty much you
primitive
just get to
life
play God,
simulator.
and you
Yeah.
can be a dick and see what happens. Okay.
Exactly. That's the appeal. You get to be a
Where's
god.
the
You can
fun
either be
in being
nice or you
nice?
can break their hearts and have them.
Oh, is there is the equivalent on like
It's-
the Sim theme?
So, on that. So on that point, do you play bad guys or good guys in games?
I do
Both. I like to have one evil
Yeah.
character always, and whenever
Who do
there's
you,
children
who do you
around, I
have
like
more fun playing?
Oh, definitely the evil characters.
Yeah,
They're a lot
exactly.
more fun. And everything they do, it changes the menu script. So normally, if you tell someone to like take a shower or take a bath
Wash your
or
face.
sleep or something, it'll say just sleep. But if you're playing a character that's inherently evil, it'll say take a bath with evil soap
I want
or
some evil
take-
soap.
take an
Oh,
evil
yeah.
slumber or
I love that so
or
much.
read something maniacal, and everything is done with an evil way. And
Like,
then the
this
sim
is
will
The
occasionally,
Sims?
like yeah, and the evil sims will like pace and tapping their fingers together, and then they'll do the evil laugh and go.
Do they slowly turn around in
and
chairs
then
while
they'll
holding
steal
white
candy
cats?
from children, which is
So
also
what version
really
of
fun.
Sims are they on?
I have not seen them do that, but they
You
can
can
donate
donate
money to
money to
undermine charity.
undermine
They enjoy doing
charity.
that a lot.
So
Yeah.
Well, you basically just give the money to the competitors and to charity.
It's like an
you know,
anti-charity. And it
I
makes
give
them
my
very
money
happy.
to
do
cancer.
you give them big
Yeah.
mustaches?
No.
That's what, do you put their winnings on train tracks and tie them down?
They're not. No, they don't have anything quite like that. They like to. They like to sneak up on other people though and scare them, or if one of the other Sims like hurts themselves or pees on themselves, like they get a happiness boost, and
Really?
it'll
Oh,
say
would
from
you?
seeing another Sim suffer. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if my friends walked away and started trying to kill themselves, I would laugh too, but I wouldn't consider myself an evil character.
Watch your
That
friends
would be
walking
kind of
into
cool, wouldn't it?
That would be cool. Jesus.
Yeah, because you can point and laugh.
Well, that's what The Sims is like. That's just what happens in The Sims. These people stand around going, what the hell is that person doing? They make weird noises, blah, 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 blah. And this person's just trying to kill themselves because they haven't found the bathroom. But they don't know how to use the door because their intelligence is too low because
obviously
they don't
never
know how to read
had
a book.
someone pee themselves right in front of
Oh
you.
no.
Because-
No, I've been
It's
spared
both-
that.
It's
First,
both
and then they
shocking
cry.
and humorous at the same
That would
time.
be awful.
Only they don't just. It's not just like they don't just wet themselves. Like you see them excrete this massive blue puddle all over the floor
Because
around
it can't
them.
be yellow.
No,
Yeah,
it can't
it's
be.
always a blue puddle. And
Not
even
brown
when,
color.
yeah, and even when they sit down to take a shit on the toilet, it still says that their
That is
bladder
not true.
empty.
I saw
Like,
a
so they
book
also
that
don't
tells
poop.
me that everybody
even though they
poops.
sit
It's
on the
very
toilet.
unrealistic, and I'm very upset now. No, I'm talking about the adult book. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Of
you're
course I'm
talking about that
the
kid's
kids'
book? Yeah.
There's not like a pooping for dummies book.
I have
God, I hope not.
See?
Actually,
There is an adult book.
Yeah, the
Pooping
adult
for
book
dummies.
is called
How to.
15 Shades
It's
of Brown.
one page.
Yeah.
Drop trowel, sit on the toilet, let go.
And on the very back of the page it says, don't forget to wipe.
it's $5
That's book
DLC.
two. That's
Oh, so there's a sequel? Is it?
Oh, yes.
Is there a trilogy?
it's getting off the plate. What to
Oh,
do next?
goodness.
How to build a stronger relationship with your parents.
You'd know about that, huh?
Book 3 tells you how to buy a toilet.
Wait, what were you doing the first time around then?
Using a
Somebody
bucket.
else's toilet.
He was using the demo one in the store.
Litter box?
Teach them to flush.
Okay, Chaos, I have some bad news for you.
Yeah.
I've just
Is it
been
about
told that
toilets?
they can't hear anything on the Twitch feed.
No,
What
it's
did you
wah-
do?
wah.
Wow.
You failed us for a third time tonight, Chaos.
Oh yeah, it still says
Offline.
offline. You know.
I'm sorry.
Tarii and Metal Legacy. I always call them Metal Legacy. Meta Legacy. So they can't hear anything.
I always thought it was Meta Agassi.
Metal Legacy?
What?
Meta Agassi.
Metal Legacy. I don't know why.
Just like LOL, Zelda.
LOL.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
lol,
reset
I
it.
like that. I'm very lolly today.
You are very lolly today.
Tell you, it's that vodka, man.
What kind of vodka was it?
I put orange vodka and ginger ale because those are like the only two things in the house. But I was a little heavy-handed with my pouring.
Mm.
And I did that shot, so I'm feeling better than
You are
in
lucid.
a while.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is gonna be good times.
Good.
Good times for everybody.
Good times.
So, question. It was announced today that panels are open.
Yes.
Oh,
Are we doing this?
They're
oh dear
open
God,
now?
no.
Yes,
Don't do it.
we can submit ourselves to it.
The whole
Ooh.
like 2 people would come.
Put a
Still
put
wanna
a
do
link
it.
in put a link in the feed down here.
Don't.
We could get our friends to do it if we did it like
If you think about
at like
if you think
5
about
o'clock.
it,
Once
Friends?
all the good stuff is
no, if you think about
We
it,
have
there's at
friends?
least
No, we
50
don't.
people
Are we friends?
that are in the group itself, and even if everyone in there can't come, all that sort of thing. Hey,
None of
hey,
them will come.
if you have to think about it, you have to
We will
think
get
about
new
it
fans.
on the overflow aspect. Oh no, this panel is too full.
Okay,
We
well,
get like
here's
the
the big
leftover.
guys.
Here's
I
the
would
big
be
question.
happy if 15
Yeah.
people showed up.
The big question is,
Uh-oh, the
are
big
we
question
just
is
going to
coming.
do a ranting podcast on stage, or are we going to actually like offer something of benefit to the people that are like how to do a podcast, how not to do a podcast? We can call it that.
It's definitely how not to do a
I
podcast.
think
I
it would
like
be
it.
kind
I
of
like
a mix of that
Yeah,
and
don't
a mix
do
of
shots
an actual
beforehand. Rule
podcast, and
number
then
one.
also a mix of like Q&A sort of thing, kind of a flow like that.
Okay.
I think
I
just
like
being
the idea of how not to do a podcast
Yeah.
and using our podcast as a prime example of something that you're not supposed
Don't
to
do any of
it's
this.
really. I think
Don't
there's
be
a
us.
little bit of a charm if we do this, like behind just these people who might not be super well known, and we have 15, 20 followers, and we're just there.
Well, we
you know,
have
we're
more than
trying
that.
something fun, and we're
Yeah,
know
We
like
have an
30.
active audience.
exactly,
Yeah, so-
and
32.
So
That's
Chicken Lee,
enough.
put a link to that down here in the chat so I can look at it later. Because
I
I'm going to forget
appreciate
to look it up if you don't do that.
Okay, so here's the thing: who's going to be the person brave enough to fill out the panel form?
Not it.
Okay,
Already put my nose on it.
because
My fingers on my nose.
I know a certain blonde employee of Rooster Teeth is well aware that we have brought up the idea of having one.
So,
So,
Yeah, I don't know
I
how
couldn't
extensive
imagine
it's
who
going to
that
be,
would
but
be.
I could probably fill it out. And if I have any questions about it, I have no idea what it takes to fill one of these out. But if I can do it, and if I have any questions, I can ask you.
yeah. Well, here's
We can
it's
take
Well,
here's
it's a team
here's a
effort.
big breakdown. It's just a little bit of Q&A, information on who we are, company name, all that stuff, panel subject, panel title. We could call the panel title is the Forum Thread Podcast dash how not NOT capital NOT not to do a podcast, and then we could do a brief description.
That should be our new tagline: the Form Third Podcast. How not to podcast.
Or you know what? That can be the YouTube channel's description. TFT, how not to do a podcast.
I like this. We should make that our own
The worst
tagline.
podcast of all time.
No, that's just lame.
No. How about?
well,
how
I
not
do.
to-
I do like
you
the
could
classic
make T-shirts that say how
interesting
not
disaster.
to do a podcast.
Yeah, that's our
Interesting
original
disaster.
tagline.
I like it.
That sounds
That
like
was
you're
our
trying
original
too hard.
tagline.
It's too
I
many
like that.
long words.
Yeah, you're trying to
in
be
there.
too royal, too
Who
regal
came up
about
with
it.
that? Wasn't that?
I don't think so. I like that a lot.
I thought
I'm
Dark
liking
came
this
up
how
with
not
that.
to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And you just have a big NOT in the middle. How not to do a podcast. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
I like
We all voted and you lost. It's
Okay,
how not
then
to do
it's
a
list of
podcast.
That's
number of
fine.
panelists up to 7 people. List of panelists, panel tech needs, panel
Well,
day
God,
preference.
I don't know who the hell is gonna show up. I know I'm gonna be there.
Here's
and
the
I know
good
you're
one.
Gonna be
Here's
there,
the good
but-
one. Panel size preference: 1 to 200, 2 to 400, 4 to 600, 600, 800,
That
2,000
one. That
plus.
one.
2000
Definitely
plus.
the 2000 plus.
Maybe we could do this in the bathroom
Shoot for the
and call it a
stars,
day.
guys.
You know?
That bathroom
Sit
is
down
pretty
and bottle
big.
up Klonopin beforehand. No.
We
You
can,
know-
we
yeah.
can have you just like we'll bring you a cot and you can just go comatose on the side of the stage.
It's like, don't mind her. She's just passed out.
Yeah.
Someone get her a bucket. That way she doesn't vomit all over herself.
Exactly.
Oh, it
Yeah,
should be a
lay her
meet
on
and
her
greet with
stomach,
Ken.
please. We don't want her to go Mama Cass style.
Ooh, yeah, we could get her a cot and cut a hole for her face so that she could vomit down and not get any on the rest of her.
Nice. That's very innovative. I like that.
I like how you guys take care of your people.
And she wouldn't even mess her hair up then, because your vomit goes straight down, and then you've got that nice screen. Ah, this is a good idea. We need to patent this.
Oh, man, this is gonna be
I feel like you've thought about this before and are just using this as your venue for, like, putting
Well,
this
it's,
idea
it's like a
out.
templated situation. They
I
both
may
dealt
have-
with it individually, and they're just on the
He's
same
probably held a few ponytails in his life. I'm sure he has.
And And now that I have, my hair is getting much longer now, and I do sometimes drink a little too much, and like that last New Year's party where I wound up throwing up on the side of my friend's car, like these thoughts come into my head now. What? What was that, Tejan Lee?
Oh,
I was like, yeah, like you were there. I was just like, yeah, that one was there.
Oh yeah, that one. No,
we had a great time.
Yeah, that's right. You were that one guy there. No,
I
it was just
I was throwing up right next to you.
Someone's supposed to tell a story about getting staples. Who was it? I'm going back to Twitter. Somebody, I'm supposed to make you tell a story about getting staples in your head.
Oh, yes, you were talking to me, and we were going to talk about Mr.Fusion's professional wrestling career and how he got staples.
Yes, since we're talking about stories, I remember shit
Let's
right now.
listen to
Obviously,
this
I'm not
story.
drinking enough.
Well, I wouldn't say I was a professional wrestler, Tom.
You wouldn't say that, but that's what we're going with.
That's
So
what
Mr.
it
Fusion was a professional wrestler, and he got staples in his face, and he's going to tell us why.
Not if staples in my face. Jesus, it's like progressively getting down. Yeah, we heard you had like staples on your balls.
Well,
What
you were
happened?
wrestling for the championship, and your partner betrayed you.
Okay, look, I'll tell you
You
the
practically
story.
look like Two-Face now, right? Because you've got those giant staple scars all over your face.
It
Right?
was
Is that when you turned heel?
here. It was WrestleMania 24. Okay.
You wrestled
And I
Johnson.
wrestled John Cena, so
Are you
obviously I was going to lose no matter what. Anyway, here's the story. In college, there was a stretch I got really bored, so I tried to train to be in professional wrestling. Now there wasn't a goal of being a star or anything. The wrestler Shawn Michaels had a school in San Antonio, and I lived in San Marcos during graduate school. And it's only like a 30-minute drive, so I said, okay, all right, fuck it, I'll do this.
Wait. You got bored, so you decided you were going to go into wrestling.
Whoa.
I'm just going to propose.
Makes
What kind of
perfect
graduate
sense to
school
me.
did you go to where you could be bored?
Well, Southwest Texas, so
There's so many
which is
things
Texas
wrong
State,
with that
so
sentence. I
I
just
had a
don't know where to
lot of
start.
time on my hands.
I feel
Anyway,
like there's
so
less dangerous things to do with your boredom than go to wrestling.
I've done
Have
some
you
pretty
considered
crazy things
knitting?
in my life. Okay,
Okay, alright, continue your story.
okay, hold on, I'm still working on this.
You're working on your story?
No, in the chat for Twitch.
He's making it up as he goes along.
Okay.
No, in the chat, the people listening are trying to listen.
Well, no,
and
it's
they're
not
still
no
getting
audio. For some
from
reason,
us.
it's just not
So,
going online.
can't-
Oh, that's...
Well,
Wait,
that's
wait,
even
wait,
better.
what does that
All
mean?
right.
Why
Great.
have you brought
They
this
have
up
it-
sooner?
I know.
We've been going
Great.
for... I don't know.
It's live. I got it live.
You're making me
It's
look
live.
bad, Chaos. Every
Why
week
you
I say, hey,
separated?
we're going to go and we're going to have the Form Third podcast on Twitch, and I make the announcement right there on Facebook, and all of our loyal followers
offline.
they
All 10
click
of them.
on that link and
Yeah,
they
it says
go to
it's
watch,
offline.
and there's no video there. Oh, Chaos, my heart is breaking for these people.
Fuck, my cup is
We're-
empty.
You know what? Yeah,
Betraying our
because I'm looking at the
fans.
Twitter feed and it keeps saying, "Look at the podcast. Look at the podcast."
What the?
So it keeps popping off and on. So
Well, no, I'm
Okay,
doing
well,
that
anyway.
myself.
I think this means
I'm
we're
doing
going to
that
have to move to
myself.
Google.
Yeah, I think we may have to do that. Here, just a quick.
We're doing the Twinkies method. We were teasing them. We're saying like the
That-
podcast doesn't work, so people are going to come back more and more and watch
That
it.
happens when you have
They're
millions
missing out
of
on something.
buyers, not when you have like 4. It doesn't work.
Yeah, just doesn't
Four,
work that way.
four quickly becomes 8.
We may have to switch over to Google Plus, which means we can then Google Hangout, which means we can stream directly to YouTube. So,
Oh, that
That's
would be
good.
lovely.
so we may have to migrate. So we'll work on that.
But that's just the audio, or would that feature video? Like,
Well, we could do both, but I mean, you could shut off the video to where it's just audio. And but the thing is that if you have Google Plus, because YouTube is owned by Google, the Forum Thread channel will stream directly into YouTube. So
I'm good with that. Fuck you, Twitch. You failed us for the last time.
and we don't
We're
have to
going
have
Google.
we're not required to have a video. So
Ain't no one got to deal with that shit.
I guess we'll work on that this weekend. Anyway, here's my story. So
Oh, I thought you were done.
I saw this commercial.
you never even studied how he got stitches,
Exactly.
dude.
So I decided to go to wrestling school, and I did for about 4.5 months until I got a bill for $3,000, and I said, I can't do this. I'm a college student. I'm broke. But anyway, in that 4.5 months, I trained. I learned to take bumps, is what they call them, which is falling on the mat, learning to take punches to where they look like they hurt, but they don't hurt as much. All that good stuff. Anyway, I had a match. and part of the match was where the guy and my opponent and I get into a chair fight. Basically, we each grab folding chairs and we try swinging at each other, and I take a shot directly to the back of my head. And I had to have 6 stitches. I'm sorry, staples. And I can tell you this now, that when you have a head injury like that, you bleed like a fucking stuck pig, man. You are a fountain of blood. I had never bled like that, and I have torn my knees. I've dislocated my shoulder. I've had broken bones constantly because I played sports since I was a kid. Nothing hurt more than doing a match like that. And that wasn't even the worst part of it. After I got hit, I was bleeding. The next part was to do what they call a moonsault. Basically, it's a backflip off the top of one of the corners of the ring, the turnbuckle.
And you land on your belly.
And you land on your belly. There's several factors that come into play. If the other person's good at calling a match too, they usually are standing up in the middle of the ring or towards the corner you're at, and they catch you, and you both basically fall down in a motion that makes it look like you're making contact and you're hitting him, with this moonsault, this backflip. When I did that, well, the guy I was with wasn't very strong to begin with, and I'm not exactly, even though I'm not a tall guy, I'm only about 5'10", I'm about back then I was about 215 pounds, and so when I did the backflip, he couldn't hold me, and so pretty much he went down like a sack of shit, which caused me to hit my elbow on the mat really hard, and I'm pretty sure I dislocated it and popped it back in one motion because it was swollen for about a month after that. But yeah, the staples, that was pretty brutal. You go to the back, everybody's like, yeah, good, decent match, whatever. And this was at the wrestling school in front of 50 people. I don't know, probably more than are listening than are listening
right now,
to the
apparently
podcast
no one's
right now,
listening to the podcast.
Well, yeah, because the podcast is
Yeah,
failing.
exactly.
Well,
That's
maybe
true.
we
No
should
one's
contact
listening to
those
the podcast.
people.
But anyway, I ended up having to have 6 staples in the back of my head, and it was funny because they told me, and that was the first time I've had staples. I've had them getting into fights. Not when I played sports, I never had to have stitches or staples on my head. It wasn't until I got drunk and was fighting. Anyway,
Wow.
I think we're
it's
back
working.
on. I think we're back on.
Podcast.
All right, cool, awesome. Welcome
I
everybody.
found out what
Right,
the
so
thing
they
was.
can hear you
It
talking
was,
about having
during-
staples in
end
your
of
head
the
because you get drunk and you
the audio
fight.
wasn't working last time. I had switched the encoding for audio to MP3, and it didn't like that. So now it's ACC.
So,
Okay.
Kios, I hate to have to tell you this because you're a friend of mine, but we've got to let you go.
Yeah,
You're fired.
yeah.
You're just not doing your job
not
well
working
enough,
out.
and I didn't want to have to be the
Do
one
the
to tell
thing
you
you
this,
did not
wanted to be the one
find.
to tell him that.
but I'm sorry. I'm trying to sound upset
Oh, I'm sorry, I
about
ruined
this,
it. I'm
about
sorry.
letting him go. Okay?
Well, and here's the worst part about it is those that are listening. Then there are people in the chat right now that are trying to listen. They didn't get to hear how I got 6 staples in my head.
They
Well,
can
they
listen
can-
to the
Damn story
podcast
again.
on YouTube
Yes,
later.
you're gonna have to listen to the replay, folks.
That's like 3 guaranteed views.
But so that's my story, and yeah, I bled a
Alright.
lot,
And
a
he's
lot.
sticking to it.
Yes.
So what I got from this story that you told is you did not get staples in your face.
No, not on my balls or in my face.
The fact that apparently your balls and your face are
So
easily
I-
interchangeable.
That would have been a much more interesting story.
And
Yeah.
that's why he wears a Mexican wrestling mask.
That's why I wear a luchador mask, is because I'm seriously disfigured from the staples on my face.
Which are somehow attached to the staples that were on your balls.
Yes, and then there are staples on my
That's
taint
that's
too.
I'm
for
worried about your
that's for the
anatomy right
comment
now.
when he tells about that.
Exactly.
Didn't you see that movie where the guy's testicles were on his chin?
Movie 43. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
I think that
I
was Men
remember
in Black
that.
6.
I've seen
There
that,
was an
yes.
alien with balls in his chin. And the
Oh,
only
that's
way
right.
to
Ball
defeat him
chin?
That was
was
also
by
a
punching him
movie.
in the balls.
Really?
Very creative.
That's
there.
right, a bald chinian. Yeah, so I'm imagine Mr. Fusion unmasked. He'll have balls on his chin.
But so yes,
He's not
and-
denying it.
Yeah, I'm not denying it. And I can tell you right now, when you watch those matches, yes, a lot of it's scripted, but yes, it hurts very much so.
I once saw a movie. This is a terrible movie. but it was on Netflix years ago. But it was about a girl in high school whose vagina had a mouth,
Teeth.
What
Teeth.
the fuck?
and it would
Yes.
eat penises.
Yeah.
And
It was great.
she ate one penis and then another penis, and then she decided she
did
really
not
likes eating
eat
penises.
them.
because-
Her cooch just
Well,
clamped
yeah.
down and bit them. That's all.
But it had like teeth, and it was like alive.
Yeah, but it
and
didn't
was
have a
sentient.
digestive system. There's no way it's gonna eat them. Come on
And the
now.
last guy she
Wait,
got to
wait,
step
whoa,
on his-
time out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was fucked up.
This
And then his dog ate his.
Didn't say it was a
Yeah.
good movie.
What the fuck?
I
What
love
the
It's a
fuck,
wholesome
guys?
family movie.
uh,
Lo?
I'm a little.
I made
Lozola,
my
it really
birthday
Yeah.
is.
time
Can't
watching
handle
before
this.
time.
I can't
It was on
do
ABC
this
Family.
right now. Guys, I have a problem. My cup
You
is
gotta watch
empty.
it.
I'm really upset.
I think you're.
Go.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Go get some more. Go get some
Go
more.
refill.
I have a similar problem. I will
I
also
might
read
ask
that.
my mom for a refill.
Oh, wait.
But yes, Teeth was so
Hi,
bad
Ray's
it was
mom.
good.
Is she listening to us?
Wait, the
Yeah.
movie was actually called Teeth?
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
thought you were
use
just
my
talking about
magical
the one
healing
that
was
had
powers, and
teeth.
I'm just going to
Okay.
message my husband and tell him to bring me more to drink. And then I don't have to leave.
There you go.
Oh,
And
No.
upload
nice.
I'm not doing
and find
that.
the movie Teeth.
Find the movie Teeth. It's on Netflix, isn't it?
I don't know.
It was on Netflix.
Yeah, we watched it on Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
So,
Yeah, I already have problems.
Is that a
with
date night
vaginas.
movie?
I don't need
I
to
think so.
see that.
Don't eat
movie.
hot dogs for dinner though while you're watching it. Forewarning.
Don't let your vagina see the hot dog
I
because
don't
it's
know
going
if
to get
that's how
idea.
vaginas work. And I don't usually let mine watch movies.
I wouldn't know, I don't
so there's that.
Ray said she likes the movie. So, Ray, is there something you'd like to tell us about your vagina? Something you should probably tell David about your vagina?
Hey.
don't ruin the surprise. Like, come on.
It's
Wait for
not.
the wedding night.
You're not gonna. Your pants are gonna come down, and your vagina's not gonna like smile at him with some sharp pointed teeth. Like
I don't-
I've
I
been
don't-
waiting
I mean,
for you.
Knowing chaos, I don't think that's a deal breaker yet.
She's gonna be smiling. I got my braces off. He's gonna say, you don't wear braces.
You know what? I'm going to go get my drink right now. Step out on that.
It's like I don't know. I'm picturing something like a bear trap down there.
No. Just no.
With like a tongue like Venom from Spider-Man. Just a little push pin in the middle.
You're
A
gonna
bear trap
you're
with
gonna
venom.
scare him. Stop.
He's never gonna touch
He's gay.
you
He
now.
doesn't know any better. Chaos. Don't mind him.
That's not what vaginas look like?
No, it's not how it works.
What'd you say?
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I said he's gay. He doesn't know exactly how they work, so don't freak out with what he's telling you. It's none of it's true. Actually, it is. a
Or
little true.
is it?
Yeah, it's not too very good.
Leave him alone.
But it's so fun to do.
You're just mad because Nobot's not on, so you have nobody to pick on tonight.
This is true. It's so easy to pick on Nobody. He just sets himself up for it.
Yeah, until he writes a blog about how he's gonna like hang himself, and then we have a big problem, guys. So
What?
You mean I can't make fun of that either?
no, you can't, because
Aw.
then he's gonna become an after-school special. We can't have that.
Oh,
I can
goodness.
still make fun of after-school specials. I don't have that high of a something.
Something.
Something? Do you know what that thing is?
No.
Intelligence, much
What-
thinking,
Whatever it is, I don't have it.
lots of IQ. I think we could bring it up that that Lozilda really hates the Doge. The Doge
Yeah.
meme.
Fuck
the
that
Doge meme. Doge.
I actually, or contrary to what Chaos was saying earlier, I have watched that video.
Wow.
And I did find out that if you type in
Oh yeah.
type in Doge into YouTube, that it changes the font to Comic Sans.
Does it now?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
It.
Comic fans think they're making great.
Guys, my husband
Look,
rocks and
I
I
heard
have more
that
alcohol.
there's, like-
I'm really excited.
TPSAs.
Yeah,
Correct
I'm
me if
constantly texting my mom.
No
You should
TFA.
text your mom. You should have her listen to the podcast. She's such a good...
What about that moment when it was like both the family downstairs
Can you
ended
have your
up
entire family?
listening to the podcast at that one
Oh
perfect
yeah,
time?
my aunt and mom.
That was very interesting and very
Yeah.
uncomfortable for
You
her.
got way too intimate.
They just heard dark about like choking on my vagina or something. And
They're like, alrighty then, is this what she's doing upstairs? We're canceling the
It's like,
cable.
it all makes sense now. Haha.
We're
That's why the internet keeps cutting out.
Oh my! You've overloaded the internet.
Yep.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Getting back to the Doge
I'm
thing,
trying to watch TV.
has anybody else heard of this like hate group towards Comic Sans?
What?
I know
Dude.
everyone has like a shift.
I heard
over
that this
to
Yeah,
was-
no, no, no,
but-
dude.
On Rooster
That's
Teeth
been
or
my
just
life the last
somewhere
couple
else?
years.
No, just in general, like on the
There's a
internet.
website
like,
called I Hate Comics.
BansComicSans.com.
Ban
Of
Comic
course.
Sans, yeah.
there's seriously a whole bunch of hate towards Comic Sans.
Dude, that was because I went to school for graphic design, and that was like every snob designer was like, "Oh, this fucking font." I'm like, it's not a designer's font. It's just a regular font. You don't have to be snobbish about a font that serves no design purpose. You're never gonna have to use it. But people would get super pissed about seeing it all the time. And, you know,
It's
like,
what, like they're
people
font
would put it in like
hipsters?
important newsletters and crap like.
Yeah, there are.
Yes.
There are font hipsters.
Fantastic.
Well, you know what I saw?
You know,
when I was looking-
snobbish designers. They also font is design. Fonts are design.
I saw when I was looking up stuff about this Comic Sans hate group. I don't know how I found it the first time, but like they showed a picture of a tombstone that the font used was Comic Sans, and I thought, okay, that's kind of a weird choice. Like I suppose if you were a clown, maybe Comic Sans would work fine, but like to remember your loved one by, that's a little weird.
It's okay for personal use and instant message on their stupid profiles.
It's okay for dough.
The one place you don't put it on, you do not use Comics Sans on your
In
resume.
comic books.
On your resume.
Much
Minutes
work.
to do.
Ooh. You know what the best font
Or
ever
Papyrus.
is?
Or Curls MT.
No. Those
I like
suck.
Papyrus.
Much qualified.
The best font ever, I actually found this and I downloaded it. It's the entire alphabet and numbers done in the same font as the movie Aliens. You know, for the title,
Uh-huh.
Aliens, with the alien egg, the elongated slit for the eye. Like that's an entire font based off of that, and it is amazing.
Meta Legacy says he has a question. Why has the quality of questions instantly gone into the gutter upon us being able to hear you
Here's
guys?
a hint. It's actually gotten
Why
better
give us a
since you
question,
guys have
Dean?
started listening. So there's that.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Questions.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's talking about.
We were in a
Quality
bad
of
place
questions.
a little
Why?
while ago.
I want to know why gutter is capital.
Gutter's the name of a
Because
band.
it's a classy place. The Gutter. You haven't heard? It's
You've
that
never
new
been
place
to Gutter,
downtown.
Minnesota?
I would.
Nope.
Okay.
I thought Minnesota was the gutter.
I'm sad that's not a real
wait,
place.
we have somebody from Atlanta here. So
If
I
it
can't-
was a real
Sorry,
place,
people from-
there'd be so many people that are pun makers that just want to move
I don't
there
think Minnesota is a real
just
place.
for that.
What,
Yeah,
Minnesota?
go to Minnesota.
We actually have a lot of Rooster Teeth community members from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Why?
Apparently, a lot of
What's in
Rooster Teeth.
Like
Minnesota?
Noobs, Chris Fliss, who else? Who else is Zach? Is,
Oh, well,
is in
now I
Minnesota,
know why
isn't he?
Minnesota sucks.
That?
Zach.
Yeah, that's right. I
Oh,
went
wow.
there. I fucking went there.
Burn.
Oh, Zach, you've been called to task,
Zach,
buddy.
I love you.
He can't even defend himself.
That's all right. He plans on being in the forum thread Real World House at RTX.
Yeah, going more about that. What is,
Hey.
Wait,
this is the first time hearing about that.
we're doing a real world house now?
No, I'm kidding. That's not gonna happen.
That would be so amazing.
It
That
would be
so
bad in the worst way
bad.
possible,
Just
I think that would be a lot
Fuck
of.
you, it'd be awesome.
but so
Yeah.
awesome.
We could just like skip forward to halfway through the series right there and pretend like we're all angry at each other, and then like everyone get naked just so we can get more people to watch. And
Do you tend to get
Yeah, and
naked
then
when
vote
you get
someone
angry
out of the house?
at people?
that's the way these TV shows work.
Okay.
People get angry, and then people get naked, and then people get voted
In
out
that
of the house,
order.
right?
There's
That's
a
how-
gay guy, a black guy, a
Jack
racist.
was
Who else are we missing? The
Wait.
confused bi girl.
I can fulfill that.
Oh, there-
But
Reassuring,
we're
you're
not.
about to
But
get
we're not going to
married.
have a black guy.
Master
Oh, we
K.
can have a master keg.
And
He's not going to be to RTX this year, is he?
Oh yeah, he's a youngin', isn't he?
Yeah, he won't be. He won't be able to be the token black guy. Someone is just going to have to
And what
go
the
and
hell? I'll
paint.
go in on it.
Oh, don't
Blackface.
go there.
Blackface.
Don't go there.
That's good blackface.
We have our racist option. We have a 2-in-1 here, a gay racist.
Wait,
Man.
weren't you the guy doing the Lucretia Facebook racist lady who doesn't take care of her 50 kids and it's
That
not
was
surprising?
Mr. Fusion.
I'm a minority.
Yeah.
I can get away with that. It's perfectly politically.
No,
You're closer to 40, so your kid's cool.
You're the racist minority.
Yes,
There we go.
racist minority. That's what I am. I dislike.
Well, this
I
will
dislike
be-
This,
Hispanics.
we are just providing more reason why this is an underground podcast.
Yes. Speaking of, I just noticed on the Twitch, which we may be getting rid of, the Twitch feed that there is an adult setting. So
yeah,
I think we probably should go
definitely.
that route next podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
In
minors
adult
can't listen
settings,
in.
so we can show nudity on the adult setting.
Whatever you gotta
Well,
do, buddy. Whatever.
Yeah,
you gotta do.
technically, if we use a combination of like the Hangouts and something like Twitch, we could show video of whoever had a webcam, multiple videos at the same time.
That would be really. That'd be pretty creepy, unless we did the whole like Brady Bunch intro thing where we had all of our
That would be
videos stacked on top of each other.
The way
That
it
would be
works
kinda
is
neat.
that whoever's talking, it switches to their video.
How would it know who is talking?
Magic.
Whoever's making
Yeah,
the
you
loudest
can.
noise on their
Yeah.
mic.
So what if
It can get kind of annoying.
Yeah.
what if everyone is talking at the same time? Will it just shuffle through all the faces?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
It
problem.
would be very
That's the
jumbled.
disadvantage.
There is a RTX Guardian podcast on the Rooster Teeth site, and
It's currently going on, and everybody's there.
yeah,
So,
they're over there right now.
Fuckers.
And I
They're
can tell you
stealing
right
our
now,
listeners.
with all of and it's mostly dudes that all want to talk. So yeah, if you're watching the video version of it, it can really mess with your eyes because it's just constantly changing back and forth.
I'm
and
gonna,
it's all dudes.
Like
It's all
seizure time.
So now I
I'm
know
gonna point out the
why
funny thing
Chaos
where you guys
is
keep
thinking
pointing
about
out that it's all
Dark about
dudes.
leaving.
I know that Mary's on tonight, so you guys better watch out. You just insulted the leader of the Guardians, and she's gonna get you.
Sorry, Mary.
We didn't really
Yeah.
insult
Oh, I
anyone.
forgot, Lil Zelda's a Guardian as well.
And Mary's
Oh,
gonna-
come on, she's like the nicest lady ever.
And Cheshire Cat, she's a Guardian as well. I mean,
Wait, what?
Does that
Who has
mean they
penises?
also have penises then?
I can't confirm
You
or deny
will.
that, buddy. That's something you have to find out for yourself.
If all the Guardians are male and we have 3 supposedly female Guardians, does that mean they also have penises? Lozelda!
I'm drunk. I'm not drunk enough to talk about that right now.
Yeah, see?
She totally has a
Yeah.
penis. She's a he, or he's a she.
Jen.
They. Yes. Suddenly
It doesn't make
makes
your
sense.
content any less good. It's awesome.
Okay, what the hell is that little monster baby you're
Yo,
fighting,
what's
Chaos?
it-
What the fuck
what
is
is his
that?
skin?
And it drops a brain? What is that?
Wait, what the fuck
What
are you
are-
guys talking
That
about?
is that rotten flesh?
It's
I'm
a
so
baby
confused.
zombie. It's a new creature, new-ish creature in Minecraft.
If
Oh.
it breaks out of the fucking chest.
So wait,
God
there's-
For the
damn it.
people
There's
listening
That's
to the
right.
audio only, they're also watching Minecraft.
Yeah, well, with Switch you have to, because when the Xbox One came out, everybody was showing their wiener, so they had to change the policy for Twitch.
Yeah.
What is it of the people just want to show off things?
I don't know. If you ever trying to do chat relay, though, you find a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
Renee? You said chat roulette.
Yeah, he said chat relay.
Chat roulette?
Roulette.
No, I like roulette. I'm gonna start saying that now. Everywhere I go,
Roulette.
and that word applies. Roulette. Totally.
Relay.
It's fun.
Parlay.
Wait, isn't that the more official way since it's a French word?
Roulette.
Yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Roulette McLeod.
It's like
And
Russian
whores the
roulette.
rules.
Chat roulette.
It's Russian relay. Get it right.
God damn.
Yeah, it's technically all right.
Kill yourself.
And Comic Sans, Russian relay.
Every time I
Ray,
see
I fucking
Comic
love you.
Sans
I just
now,
want you
The
to know
official
that.
I'm gonna
font
listen.
of
I'm gonna hear it in my
the
head
TFT
pronounced with
podcast
a
will be
Russian
Comic
accent.
Sans.
Ooh, now, you need to do a Russian accent doing the Doge meme.
Doge. There we
While
go.
speaking into the cup.
Or you could not. That's cool too.
You want to do the Doge.
Much Comic
wow.
Sans. No,
Very-
that's
very
that's
good.
my Indian. I can't. Hold on, I can't.
What's Comic Sans?
In
Comic
Russia.
Sans.
Comic
I'm
Sans.
Russian
sends
cosmonaut. Russian.
He's Russian.
I don't know. I can't do this.
So you're supposed to do some sort of cosmo.
I can only say Russian cosmonaut right now. That's it.
He's had
Still
too many
working.
to drink.
Yeah, I've had quite
That
a
or he
few.
hasn't had enough to drink.
I haven't had enough, and I've had too many. I'm in that very
That's a
gray
terrible
area of
place to
booze.
be.
Yeah.
So, have you guys seen the the goat simulator?
No,
Soon?
wait,
Fucking
what?
Goat
no,
Simulator.
no, let's not.
What?
We can't talk about that. I just remembered what we were supposed to talk about at the beginning of this podcast over 50 minutes ago.
What?
Should I-
What?
We are supposed to be talking about the Lego movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
How did
fuck
we
yeah,
go
the
from-
Lego movie,
from
the
a
best
goat
goddamn
simulator
movie
to the Lego
ever.
movie? Are we
Okay,
putting the
maybe
goat
not ever, but it's
simulator
definitely in my
That was
top
a
five.
really bad
Like,
segue,
I
guys.
really
Really
want to go
bad.
back and see
It wasn't
again.
a segue.
Segue.
Yes.
Who needs a segue?
Bad
Yeah.
segue.
We can go from goats to the Lego movie because we're the goddamn Forum Thread podcast, and that's the way we roll. Just deal with
Alright,
it.
well,
I'm Gotham's
I'm gonna put this
reckoning.
in the link down,
Okay,
and
good.
you guys can all look at the goat simulator.
Do what we
and you'll be
want.
like, what the fuck is this thing? It's awesome. And I wish we talked about it.
Goatsy every time you say that.
Okay,
Goat simulator.
okay. Before we talk about the Lego movie, Tejan Lee, tell us about the Goat Simulator.
Alright,
Oh.
well, this game, I'm gonna send a video, but it's
Good
by this
God.
studio called Coffee Stain Studios, and
You're gonna
basically
make us
you
watch
just...
a video?
No, I'm gonna send you the video, and I'm gonna put the link up, and you guys can watch it later.
Coffee
But I'm
Stain
just prefacing that this
Studios.
looks like the greatest game of all
This
time,
is
where
so
you play a goat
awesome.
in a sandbox world, and you can destroy anything, and you can use your tongue to pick up giant axes,
Oh,
and you
It's
can
just
destroy
like,
anything
it's like a
by
dead
butting
goat
into
that
it.
just flops around.
It's a
Holy
ragdoll
shit.
goat. It's a ragdoll goat, and it flails, and it can't die, and
Tejan Lee, what the hell?
I'm thinking of
Why
doing a
are they
let's
making
play.
there's all these simulators, like train everything, and there's some of them are such horrible games, but they get so much crazy popularity.
Like Chappie did.
Does backflips.
My-
This is so awesome. I think I'm gonna.
So wait,
I think
Are you
my
watching the
brain
video?
just broke.
Are you watching the video?
I wish
I
I was
am.
stoned right now
Yes.
because this would be.
I'm
so
tempted to put the video on the stream.
awesome.
This, I don't
awesome.
even
I was
have
trying to
words.
resist clicking this, but now
I don't
have to
have
look.
words.
I'm really upset with myself.
You have to look
I
at it.
think I can see myself. It's so awesome.
Wait, are you in the
Now I
Sims
have
already?
to
Goat.
So,
Goat slash
People who are
simulator
listening to the
dot com.
audio, pause what you're doing, go watch the goat simulator, and come back.
Now I have to click.
Did you
Yes,
post
anyone-
it? Post
anyone
the
listening,
post the trailer in the stream then.
It's
What
got
the
such a
flying
weird
fuck
tongue.
am I watching?
Oh,
It's wielding an
Usually.
axe with its tongue,
Butts.
and it just
Yep,
killed someone in a chair.
Yeah, it just like
Yep.
swings the axe with its tongue. It does backflips, and it just lands, and it just flops over and bleeds everywhere. It's so great.
so I just want you guys to know that I totally plan to do a let's play.
You know, it's so bad, it's awesome, and you know what the sad part about it is? With our modern society, that game's gonna make like a fucking $1 million in a week.
It's gonna make $50,000 a
when
day
does it
on
come out?
Amazon.
When does it come out?
I don't know, but I suddenly want to buy it. See, this is what I was talking about earlier, where I should not make purchases when I'm drunk, because I would so buy that.
I don't understand. I'm not an adult.
My concept of reality has been shattered.
Oh my god.
You don't need
So
it.
anytime you're ready, we can talk about the Lego movie.
Okay.
I don't know if I should hug you for this or punch you in the face and then kick you in the balls. It's one of
not?
those two.
Why not
So
both?
be prepared for one of those two to
I'll
happen
be at RTX. You
when
can do what
meet
you
him.
want.
So yeah, after seeing this goat simulator thing, I'm not sure how the Lego movie can, quite stack up to that. I mean, it
Well,
was
everything
amazing,
is
but
awesome. The Lego movie is awesome. This is awesome. Let's talk about awesome. Segue
Everything
awesome.
is awesome.
Everything
I
is
still need to see
cool
the
and you're
movie,
part
but I
of
just
the
know it's
team.
awesome.
That song will get stuck in your head and it
There's
will
like
stay there
7
for
different
days.
versions.
Every single review I saw, people were, like, they came out from the movie and they said everything was awesome. I'm like, okay. But then, like, everybody kept saying that. I'm like, does everybody really just have the same review? And then I saw that it was a song. Like,
And
2 days after the fact.
the
So I just thought
song
everybody was being really weird.
Pretty much sums up the entire experience of the Lego movie.
So
There's not a moment that is not good in that movie.
is it good
It's
or
good,
bad
good.
good?
No, it is
Somebody
good.
tried to negatively critique it,
It is
and it was
good,
just
good.
hilarious.
Like, it
I'm
makes
waiting
you-
for that first jerk who thinks it's a bad movie, for real.
It's one of those movies that's so good it makes you want
I
to touch yourself
don't
afterwards.
know if
I'm
That-
doubtful, but
I don't know
then
about
again, I
that.
haven't seen any commercials or anything about it, so it's
It's-
just hard to. I don't know. I've seen like
It's-
mini Lego movies.
No,
at theme
fuck
parks.
that. No, you need to go see
No,
this
no.
movie.
It's
You
nothing
have to
like
go see
this.
this movie. I'm serious. Cross my heart, hope to die, or whatever bullshit it is I need to convince you. You have to go see this movie.
You would convince
You-
me
yeah,
if you did
you
it in a
must.
Doge meme.
No, fuck. Goddamn.
Much
Lego.
Lego.
Such Lego,
Very
so
good.
awesome. Go
Awesome.
see. I still
But
think it's garbage.
everything
Dude,
about this
duh.
movie is so clever. It's one of those movies that, like, I am absolutely shocked it got away with all the shit that it did, because there were a lot of big
Oh.
names in this movie. There were a lot of, like, the Lego franchise in itself is impressive, but they had
Batman was
Batman
in
in there. They have a lot of, and they Wonder Woman, these comic book characters which they had to get the rights to, and then there's all these other miscellaneous characters like Lord of the Rings and all these other characters
no!
they had to get rights to. And
Well, to be
It-
fair,
Well,
they
I think
already
Lego
they
had a
already
big-
had Lego versions of those people in games like sold
Yes.
already.
Well, that's
but
the thing.
it's-
Like, there's so
it's-
much Lego Marvel stuff, so I'm surprised they went the DC route with Lego.
Well, even if they have permission to use the stuff in a game, it's not the same as making
yeah.
a feature film. So
Right,
it's an entire different can of worms there.
Also, a lot of people keep saying the Lego movie, but they're not capitalizing LEGO. They're just calling
Yeah.
it regular, and it's like, no, you're getting Lego wrong.
You'll notice that in the journal on Rooster Teeth that I made, I capitalized LEGO, so I did it right, just for the
Good
record.
man. Good man.
Did
I
you
know how to spell Lego.
did you see the comparison? Like meme picture is like the Lego movie is like this percentage liked, like 100% liked, and the audience is like 100,000, and then the Duplo movie 20% liked.
The
The what movie?
Duplo, it's like a rip. There, it's a little tiny rip off of Legos. It's like preschool Legos.
Go Block?
Pretty much.
There's actually kind of a stab at Lego's competitors there at the end too. The off-brand Legos.
Yeah.
It was
Lego blocks.
And then they realized that we copied Lincoln Logs.
it was kind of awesome.
Duplo.
Like the third act, it's got to reveal that you kind of see the twist coming, but it works really well with the movie. It doesn't break the movie at all, and it just rolls with it. And even after the big reveal, the movie is still hilarious. I laughed from beginning to end with this film. It was amazing. Awesome. I mean, it was awesome. It wasn't amazing. It was
Everything about it was awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Yeah.
No, I really liked it. It was really cool. One of the awesome things about Kalamazoo is we got an Alamo Draft House recently, and so I got to see it in an Alamo.
Wait. Your town's
Yeah,
name
there's
is
actually a
Kalamazoo? Do you live next to Walla Walla, Washington?
Yeah, we got we got an Alamo Draft House. Fuck, alcohol.
Sounds like a town from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
You know what?
Sorry.
You go fuck yourself. So, no, because we got to see all the cool pre-roll stuff that an Alamo does, and all of the pre-roll stuff before the Lego movie was just fantastic. They had all of these, like, little, like, stop-motion Lego clips of, like, old, like, kind of like Atari-style games, and they had, this whole, like, choreographed, like, music videos, all just done in Legos, and it was just the best half hour ever. Even before the movie got started, I was so pumped for it, because it was just
I
fantastic.
love the Alamo.
That was my
Draft
first time
House.
actually being able to go. It opened in
You-
November, and I just hadn't had a reason to go yet. So that was the first movie I got to go see in an Alamo, and so Alamo is definitely awesome. The pre-roll stuff was awesome. The Lego movie was awesome. Everything is awesome. So
They have
The only
they have
other
quote-alongs.
chance
They
I
have
ever got to
quote-alongs
go
that
to
are
an
just
Alamo-
awesome.
Now you know
Yeah.
something else I think would be amazing done as a movie. So they make music videos using it already, but Minecraft, it's kind of like the virtual Lego. Like I could see them making a really clever Minecraft movie.
I thought one was like in production, or not in production. It was like an idea, but then it's like one of those ideas that got instantly like not shot down, but in production, like it's just kind of stuck there.
They probably had a really stupid idea, and everyone was like, "No, we can't do that."
They've definitely done so many, even actual animations, not just the songs and other stuff, that proves that you can make a really decent movie out of Minecraft.
Yeah, and it would be relatively low budget too. It would be great for one of those
It's like
independent.
Machinima.
Yeah, kind of. But it would kind of be like, what's that movie that made, or that film company that made the first Hoodwinked movie? It was really obscure, and the animation
Not
quality
Team.
was no, it wasn't. I don't remember, like the Weinstein Company.
I think that was the name of the company.
Not the I don't know. But anyway, it was a really clever movie, but the animation quality was really cheap and really horrible, and like someone could do that, but with Minecraft.
It was the VeggieTales people.
VeggieTales.
How do you know the words to a VeggieTales song?
I am surprised that you know that. That's hilarious.
Don't
Is
make
that a
me
deal
hurt
breaker?
you, Ray.
No, I watched those
Yep.
a lot
Not yet.
before.
That would what? My respect for you, Chaos, is just went.
He was a
way
kid. You can't
down.
blame him for that.
Oh yes, I
He's
can.
still a kid.
You can't blame a child for watching a show.
Want to bet? Watch me.
Like, I loved Power Rangers.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with liking Power Rangers.
Okay. I thought I gave a good example. I did not.
No, you failed.
Well,
Disnally.
yeah, just keep
No,
on
if you said-
searching.
if
Keep
you
on
said you
searching.
watched-
See if you can find an example that would actually be like.
No, if you said you watched
Pokemon.
Teletubbies as a kid,
Oh
then
no, my little brother and sister
you're,
did.
you're right on par with VeggieTales.
How about Bananas and Bananas?
Never heard of it.
Are coming down the stairs, bananas
Nope.
in pajamas.
Blues
I don't know
Clues.
sex.
There it is. Blue's Clues.
Clues.
I watched Blue's Clues.
How
Manny the
did
Mechanic.
Blue's Clues become like weirdly popular for a while?
It
Wasn't
it
that the way
was, and then they like then they switched the
they
host.
premiered Blue's Clues in the evening on Nickelodeon. Like, they set a premiere and they put it on at 9 o'clock, and then they said, if you want to watch more, it's going to be in the morning. I don't know why they did that, but even as a 5-year-old, I thought that was weird.
You're like, I'm not gonna watch it in the morning. What?
Well, that's when I would have watched.
See.
But Nickelodeon put a lot of press around it, and I did go and watch the premiere in the morning, and I watched it for a year.
I do miss the old school Nickelodeon back when they were awesome, and they had stuff like Ren and Stimpy,
Yes.
Rocco's Modern Life.
They got away with a
And-
lot of shit
and
on
they
Ren
had
and Stimpy.
they had
man.
Real
Angry
Monsters.
Beavers.
Oh, yes.
And
I
Hey
watched
Arnold.
I watched like all
Doug.
those shows, and then this show slowly disappeared, and then I stopped watching the channels because I was like, all the good shows are gone.
Then you
Yeah,
switched
they-
to
They
Cartoon
replaced
Network.
it with like also really cheap ass shit. And yeah,
Well, the thing
Like-
was, Nickelodeon had their time to shine with their classic cartoons, and then
Cartoon Network.
everybody switched over to Cartoon
There's the
Network, and
Powerpuff
then they had
Girls
their
and
time,
Dexter's Lab.
and then they failed, kind of, and then
yeah. I had
and
a
they were-
really
it's like-
disappointing experience with Cartoon Network. It was an interesting idea when I was a little kid and it first came out. Like, oh, cartoons all the time, that's great. But then I started watching Cartoon Network, and like all the cartoons were all these really cheaply animated things, or these really old cartoons.
well, that's
from the
Hanna
50s.
Barbera.
Yeah, and I'm like, I've seen all of these, and then the new stuff that was coming out was just like retelling of old stuff, but with really cheap animation. I'm like, even as
I'm
a
gonna
kid,
tell you, I
was
didn't notice that when I
disappointed.
was 6 years old.
I did. I was a classy bitch when I was 6 years
Oh
old.
my gosh!
I've seen this animation before.
Bring me another.
Bring me another.
Dude, the only thing I
Bring
didn't
me a
really pick up on
SpongeBob.
when I was a kid was the racist things that were in Looney Tunes. I didn't catch on to that until I was older.
With like the black
Oh, yeah.
face with Bugs Bunny and all that stuff.
Yeah, and like the Mexicans and the Chinese people, and
Yeah.
every other nationality was like horribly depicted in the most racist sort of way in Looney Tunes.
So, Dark, I have a question for you.
What
So your name's Thomas. Mine
is it? You can't prove
Did you root for Tom or Jerry?
I always rooted for Tom. I wanted him to kill.
Always
the
rooted for
bastard.
Tom.
Yeah,
Fuck that mouse. Fuck that mouse and
yeah. I
Pet
often hate.
Ray, you sound really
Who is the
upset.
worst Looney Tune ever?
My bird was saved. We named our
Wait,
bird.
what?
and it got
I'm
hit
so
and
sorry, but
died.
the bird sucks.
You know, it probably had it coming.
We went from Looney Tunes to cancer. Wait, what
To
just
get you by
happened? I feel like I
cat.
blinked and missed something.
Oh wait.
Yeah,
Fucking
the show's
vodka,
moving too
man.
fast for you.
We
Need
were
to ease
talking
up off
about
the
dead
vodka.
birds.
Our fur Tweety, he got cancer. They went to have surgery and died. His little
Yeah.
parakeet.
It's called karma.
What?
He had
What?
the name Tweety. And Tweety's related
Tweety.
to... Tweety immediately makes you think of Tweety Bird, so all that hate that everyone has toward that pesky little bitch Tweety
Yeah, I often.
was channeled to your little
So
bird.
if I
and
name
that's
my
why they
cat
get
Hitler,
cancer.
I'm asking for trouble. That's basically what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
you better not fall asleep with Hitler in your house, because...
Why? I'm
mean,
not. I'm not
adults, a
Jewish.
little
I have
less.
nothing to worry about.
I feel like we went to a
You're
really
You're,
dark.
But
you're
what if
still
your
a
cat
minority.
has a Hitler stash? What do you do?
Actually, I had a cat with a Hitler stash. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
She had
But
this
did you
little.
name
She,
it
she
Hitler?
was black and white, and she had this little black streak of fur right down her underneath her nose, and I called her,
You had a little Kittler?
My fear.
My cat.
Dark. Menace wanting
The
you to
Kittler,
be nice.
exactly.
Hitler.
I'm not
Hitler.
kidding. Her name was Pepper because she had black. She was white with like a black streak down her back, and she had black spots in weird areas. And then a few of her pads most of her pads were pink, but then there were a couple that were black. It was really weird. So I called her Pepper, but she had this little black
Mine
black
Pepper.
fur patch underneath her nose, not directly underneath it, kind of to the side, but it looked like Hitler. So I would go, Mein Führer. I would call her that. Yeah.
Mine now.
But so wouldn't that be Hitlerette, then?
That'd be Kittler.
Well, I mean, there was a Mrs. Hitler.
Yeah, it was.
Mrs. Hitler.
Do you
Mrs.
know,
Hitler
had a
do you
name,
know
didn't
why?
she?
Do you know why Hitler got into politics?
Before.
No, he was rejected from art
At
school.
grad school.
He was rejected from what school?
Art school.
Rejected from art school.
Yeah, he
Well,
was an
he
artist.
trying to make sculptures?
No, he
with
was actually-
someone with
he was
people-
So
actually a
he
very
was
good
just,
painter.
he was a very embittered graphic designer.
Yeah.
And
Oh no.
Yep. Yep.
I see where this is going. Tejan Lee, do not think that becoming
No,
an
no,
evil dictator
I'm,
is going to solve
I'm
your problems.
semi-successful at design, so I don't think I'm going down the path.
Why not? It's not a good idea.
Okay.
Ray is a Hitler.
Well,
advocate.
explain to me why that seems like a logical
She will
path.
not be on the podcast from now on.
I'm so sorry about insulting your bird.
That's what's gonna start it. Next genocide going down. Messed up my bird. Talk trash about my bird.
I talked
I'm
about
picturing
Speedy,
Ray
and
dressed
Doug
up.
took it to a different area.
I'm picturing Ray dressed up in an oversized Tweety outfit with a Hitler
Oh
mustache
goodness.
on the beak, killing people.
Wow.
Well, she's gonna come
If
for
there's
me
any
at
graphic
OPS.
artists, you should totally draw that.
How's this for breaking news?
I'm not illustrating.
Breaking news. Comcast is set to buy Time Warner Cable in a stock deal
What?
worth $159 per share.
My mom just texted, "Are you okay?"
Is she listening?
I don't know, but she gave me alcohol, and that's okay. She can hear me downstairs. Like,
You know what? Text her back. Say, be sure to roll me on to my stomach tonight. Tell her that. That'll kind of give her the willies.
What does that do?
So it looks like Comcast is gonna rule another half the world now. Fuck. And
You know, that just irritates me.
I don't know if that's good or bad, considering Time Warner is not exactly the best in
It-
certain
it-
places.
everybody
It doesn't
feels their
matter.
service is bad because when I
Options are better than no
Exactly.
options. Let's just say that.
competition is healthy. That's
It
rule
won't
number
matter
one of business.
how bad it is with them because Google's going to save us all with Google Fiber.
Yes. Also, no competition means everyone's using the same thing. That also will mean everyone's on the same channel as you. So then hogging up your own
but-
internet.
That's yeah.
But the way you bring down prices is through healthy competition. They teach you that in business. So when like Microsoft was the only OS in town for the better part of 15 years, they had a monopoly.
Yeah.
I mean, they ran Netscape out of business because they bundled Internet Explorer with their OS, and they put a stranglehold on Real Player, and you need healthy competition, and unfortunately, like here in Houston, and pretty much anywhere in Texas except for the Austin when they get Google Fiber, the only show in town is one cable provider. It's either cable or DSL. So you only have two options for internet, cable or phone. And we all know DSL, the bandwidth and the data capping and all that compared to broadband and cable. So when you have technically one show in town, they can do whatever the hell they want. And Comcast is shown to be a bunch of assholes. So, yeah.
I mean, at this point, it's like, I mean, that was the problem with buying NBC. Like, the government should have not allowed that.
They should, there had to have been. I don't understand how there wasn't any antitrust laws being broken with that, because they provide the service and the content. And so when the FCC had this whole net neutrality definition thrown out a couple weeks ago, it put the power in Verizon and Comcast's hands right now.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous place for that power to be. I'm still very disenchanted with the way this is going.
Yeah. But I mean, when Comcast optioned to buy NBC Universal, how did they, how was that allowed?
Who knows, dude? It's monopoly. Monopolism. Is that a word? Monopolism?
Monopolism. But see, here's the thing: is
I don't
that,
monopolization.
You guys know I'm a big radio person.
There you go.
I was
You're a
really,
big what person?
I was really angered when the FCC took 2 years to allow Sirius XM to merge. Because the whole reason why is because of Howard Stern, of course. The FCC has a big hard-on for this guy, okay? But my feeling was that wasn't a monopoly. They were claiming it was a monopoly. That wasn't a monopoly because a person has different avenues for their audio content. They can go terrestrial radio. They can go streaming online. They have different avenues. They can save their own stuff on portable devices. And so it took them 2 years to do that. But I guarantee you with this whole Comcast Time Warner thing, within 3 or 4 days, the FCC is going to allow this shit.
Well, yeah, because someone is obviously being bought off.
Exactly.
It's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
It is bullshit. It really is. This is why we can't have nice things, folks. This is exactly why.
It's like, yeah, for all the plus sides that we have with big businesses, there's always bullshit like this that happens. It's like, it's just a glaring problem of what's wrong. And no one can fix it because someone's always can be bought off.
Yep.
This is why Hitler was just...
This conversation. He's like, mein Comcast and mein Verizon.
Mein Browser. Yes.
Someone needs to make this a meme now.
Somebody with design skills, quick.
I'm looking at you, Tejan Lee.
Not me.
Yeah.
Tejan is like, he hangs up the call. What? Oh, my internet.
I don't know these
Sorry.
people.
Gotta go.
Oops. I didn't hear that part about the meme. I also didn't hear that part where I did the Hitler impression. Like, I'm immediately ashamed of that one.
So we can finally come full circle with this little tangent we went on. The Lego,
So back about the goat.
movie, so it's worth watching. Right?
How did we even do that? Really? How did we do
One
that?
of those nights. The stars have aligned.
Yes. If you
Magic.
do not go watch the Hitler movie, the Lego movie.
No, if you go play the crappy Hitler game.
Happy,
No.
Happy Hitler.
Don't say that.
Everything
Someone's
will
gonna
come full
actually
circle.
make one of those now.
Happy Hitler movie. Then Tweety Bird will come and kill you.
Tweety Bird will come and give you cancer.
Don't worry, it's awesome. And there will be a song. How awesome it is.
This is the awesomely bad podcast. That's what this is.
This is, and
This is how not to do a podcast.
This is exactly how not to do a podcast, and this podcast has gone over an hour now, guys. So should we start wrapping this up?
I think we're at a good cutting off
What
point.
would Hitler want?
Let's not ask that question.
Let us never.
Sorry.
Let us never base our decision
I
on
want
what
to see that
Hitler
on a
would do.
bracelet. What would Hitler do?
I'm gonna be. I'm tempted to put something like that as the title card for this podcast.
Oh my God.
So what would Hitler
I
do?
think that
Yeah, that's one of those things where if you're not going to listen, you can immediately
We
take
are
that out
going
of
to get the wrong
context.
kind of audience if we
Yeah.
title our podcast.
I think even if you do listen, you can leave that in context, and it's
Well, if
still
you find like a
terrible.
comical picture of Hitler and then you say, what would Hitler do? Then yeah, we can get away with that.
Yeah, Mein Kampf.
I'm telling you, you're gonna
Comical
get the
picture
wrong
of
kind
Hitler.
of
Are you listening to the words you're saying?
I know. I said comical, not topical.
Do you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Man, no one understands the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Wow, that was good.
What was that?
That was Chris Tucker and Hitler.
What was that?
What just happened? What just happened? I'm really confused. I need to
There's
stop
the next
drinking.
movie.
Yeah, we're losing control here, folks.
So that was Rush Hour in Germany.
I don't know who I'm watching on the Minecraft stream, but he's up on the little chimneys.
The forgeries?
Yeah, the
Seriously.
ovens. They're all over the place. That room's got to be hot. You have no
How much you got
ventilation.
forged, dude? You're gonna burn your house down.
I have to make
You're
stone.
gonna die of CO2 poisoning in there.
Wait, you
Wait,
go to
wait.
my house, David. Go look how much furnace in my house.
All right,
Wait.
everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Go to
Before
Austin, look at the furnaces.
we're back to Minecraft again, so this is a good place to wrap it up. Thank you all for joining us. We apologize for more technical difficulties. We're firing chaos.
We apologize for a lot of things.
No, it's not gonna happen
No.
now.
On behalf of Hitler, we apologize.
I am not
for
taking
this terrible
responsibility for Hitler.
We're
Fuck
gonna
that. You
we're
guys
gonna
can
blame
take
Ray
that
for
one.
that. That's your fault, Ray.
Okay, Ray,
Hitler.
you are sorry for Hitler.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
James.
yeah.
And good night, everybody. See you
Oh.
next week.